Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, welcome back. This pick a card reading will be random messages. So from left to right you have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So you have the Ace of Swords, the 9 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands. I feel like a lot of you are about to realize why something was so difficult, or why you've been feeling so on guard lately. You're finally about to find out the truth about a situation that has caused you to be very protective of yourself, very protective of your energy. I also feel like you're going to see someone's true colors. So it seems like somebody here made it seem like you weren't speaking your truth about a situation. Whoever this person is or whoever these people are, they backed you into a corner and tried to make it seem like you were being defensive for no reason. But it feels like these people are being exposed. You could have been telling someone something that happened to you or something about your story. People didn't believe you, and it caused you to feel like you had your back against the wall and you had to protect yourself. You could have been in this energy for a while, feeling like you were on guard, feeling like you have to constantly protect yourself or constantly just keep yourself safe from people that didn't believe in you and even the ones who put you in this position in the first place. But it feels like now finally something is coming to light. So whatever you have been talking about or whatever your truth has been, now people are starting to see that you were honest the entire time. So there's a burden finally being lifted from you. You're finally reaching that final stage where you can release all of this pressure and all of this stress. I feel like you've been waiting for this day as well. You've been waiting since we've entered the age of Aquarius. You've been waiting for something to come to light. And now that it finally has, you are relieved, or you're going to find yourself feeling very relieved. You're going to find yourself feeling new again. You could also be watching people get karma as well. You could be watching people go through their demise. But it's something that you have been experiencing for a long time. You've been battling this for a long time, and it's finally coming to an end. I also feel like you're about to enter days where you feel energetic, you have more energy, you have more life to you. You feel like you can take on the world. You're going to be waking up and feeling very enthusiastic, very energized. Especially if lately or the past couple of years you've been feeling drained, you've been feeling like you don't really care to put in any effort. That is now changing. So you have the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles, and the Fool. So yeah, it seems like there was a lot of gossip, a lot of talk about a situation. So there's a lot of people talking about this. They're finally seeing the truth, finally seeing how something was very clear right in these people's faces. So these are people that are finally seeing the truth. It seems like they've already had an idea that something was true, but they just needed to see proof of it, or they needed more people to get on board. But it feels like this energy doesn't matter. Like you've already been through enough. You've already experienced the worst of a situation. And it feels like you just want to remove yourself completely. With the Fool being here, you just want to start new. You just want to start over with a clean slate, and you want to release all of this. But it's like you're able to do it now because something has come to light. Now something has been exposed. The truth is out there, so now you can move on peacefully. It does feel like there's still lingering energy around you even when you do set yourself free from it. But you're focused on creating a safe space for yourself, a space where you don't have to dwell on what happened in the past. You're now able to receive your closure, you receive your clarity, and you can move forward. It's still going to be a challenge, but it's something that you can overcome. This could also be involving your family, like something happened within a family and now it's finally coming to light, but you already knew or you were already talking about this. This could also be a secret that the family was keeping from you, and they thought you didn't know, but you already knew. So something here is just like very messy. But it does feel like you're going to experience a breakthrough. You're going to be able to release yourself from this entire equation. So you have the Empress and you have the King of Swords. Some of you may be pregnant, or you could be thinking about giving birth to a new idea or just starting something over. You could also be keeping yourself away from certain people. It's like you want to build your own empire and just go from there. But it feels like you don't want to have anybody around you right now while you're trying to create something or build something for yourself. You could be very intuitive. You could feel like you already know what is going to happen next or how something is going to play out. But it feels like for right now, you're going to choose to let things just unfold naturally instead of trying to warn people or constantly reassure people or constantly explain yourself. You're going to let things just fall into place. You may have already overly explained yourself and overly, giving yourself away for people to see, or overly explained to people and they still didn't believe it. So you could feel like it doesn't matter how many times you say something or how many times you express something, how many times you repeat the same story, the same situation from beginning to end. People are not going to believe it until they see proof. I feel like by the time people try to come to you and apologize or try to resurrect something or even reconcile with you, you're going to already be long gone. You're going to be far away, starting over, just focusing on a new path for yourself. But I feel like the way you think something is going to unfold, that is how it's going to happen. So even though this was a very challenging situation, it's also going to unfold in a beautiful way because you'll be able to really rely on yourself a lot more and move forward knowing that at least you said something. At least it's out there that you said something, or you told people, or you tried to tell people. At least they can leave with that. They can remember that, well, they tried to tell us, or they tried to warn us, or this could even be you trying to warn someone or warn people to be careful of something or be mindful of something, or, make sure that they do this instead of that or go this way instead of that way, and people didn't listen. So it's kind of like your word is out there. So they're able to say, well, they did try to tell us, or they did warn us at least. So if this is like family, friends, or even a work environment, you could have tried to warn these people about one specific person, like somebody who is in charge or someone who is able to control certain things, or they dictate a certain position or a certain area within this group, and they didn't listen until they all got fired, or until they all missed out on something, or until they all got finessed. Something happened where you tried your best to tell people and they just didn't listen. Better yet, they didn't believe you. So it feels like you take action to kind of save yourself, to save your situation, to save everything that you worked for. And unfortunately, you have to sit and watch them lose everything. It feels like you get your final warning to remove yourself, and then you end up watching something fall apart. But like I said, you tried to warn these people. You tried to tell them. Or you did, but they didn't believe you. So you have the Moon here, and you have the King of Wands. Some of you, if you are pregnant, you may have your child at night, or something about you having your child. It could be around Virgo season, around September, sometime around the holidays. And it also may sneak up on you. So I don't know if you're not showing, or something's going on with your pregnancy, where I feel like you're just not expecting your child to come so early, or there's something going on there. Especially if you have been feeling a little bit different lately, just make sure that you are keeping up with that. Make sure that you're getting your checkups and you're taking care of that. With the King of Wands, I feel like you're able to foresee a lot of things. King of Wands, King of Swords, you're able to foresee things happening. You may need to keep something to yourself though. So even though you're trying to warn people, if they're not believing in you, if they feel like you're lying, you don't have to continue to explain yourself or continue to try and get them to see what you see, or believe what you believe or what you know. Just use that information to better your situation. Because I do feel like something is so close to almost being bad for you. So even though you make it out of a situation, it's like you barely made it out. You're barely making it out of something. Just make sure that you're taking the information and you're also using it to better your situation or change your situation. But like I said before, this energy is kind of like bittersweet, because you have to remove yourself from a lot of people that you could love and care about. But it also reassures you in regards to your gifts and your talents, something that you're very gifted in, something that you have a lot of knowledge in. It's going to let you know that you have been hitting the nail every time. But there's a need for you to focus on your craft and focus on the things that are in front of you. Focus on your priorities. Because it does feel like even after you remove yourself from the situation, it seems like their energy is still lingering. Or the thought of, or the pain from it is still lingers. So prioritize yourself. Prioritize the things that matter the most to you, especially right now. So you have the Nine of Cups, the Lovers, and the Death. It feels like once you start to feel better and you start to really feel like yourself again, you may have somebody try to come back around. You could also have two options. This is someone who is trying to tell you that they've changed, but I feel like if you reconcile with this person, especially with the type of history and the type of past that y'all have, you may end up regretting this. There's some type of like warning you're going to receive when you're in this person's presence, or some type of experience you're going to have with them. It's something very weird about this energy. While the two of you are intimate, you may see something or see someone or see something standing over you, or there's something like very eerie about you reconciling with somebody specifically from your past. It's not going to feel like a human experience. It's going to feel very dark, and it's only going to leave you devastated. But something here needs to end. A relationship, a connection with somebody, it has to go away, or something is going to repeat. You're going to repeat the same cycle. This is like maybe something similar to this happened before, or something very devastating with a specific person happened already, and this could be the story that you were trying to tell, or something that you were trying to explain to people. They didn't believe in you, then the truth came out, now they believe in you, you moved away, you start over, and then you reconcile with this person. It's going to happen all over again. So you have to end this connection. You have to cut it off, because something hasn't changed. This person hasn't changed. The situation hasn't changed. Their surroundings haven't changed. Just because you have matured and you've overcame those obstacles doesn't mean that the people around you have as well. Just because you have released a lot of negative things and you are stepping into a new energy doesn't mean that other people have done the same. So be mindful of the company that you keep, especially with you stepping into this new energy. You have the Three of Pentacles here. This could be somebody who works in the same field as you, or the both of you are very talented at something, or y'all are like similar in certain ways. You may consider this person to be your twin flame. Maybe you're very dedicated to this journey, but you have to think about your health. You have to think about, does this benefit you in a positive way? Does this make you feel happy and content? Or is it always problems? Is it always issues? But ultimately, it's up to you. I also feel like this person is going to come in talking about money, talking about working together or building something. This could be something that they always do. They always come around and kind of like love bomb you, or I was going to say like money bomb you, like materialistically convince you to reconcile. Like they talk a good game, or they like pillow talk you. We can work on this, we can build this, look at what we can do now that you're in this position, now that you're doing better, we can work, we can create, we can build an empire, and that's something that you want. So it's kind of like easy for this person to convince you to come back around, even though you know that they're not good for you. And I feel like this person comes around very quickly. It's like when you're at your lowest, they're not there. When you're going through it, they're not there. When you're suffering, they're not there. But as soon as you get a little bit of something, a little bit of hope, a little bit of drive, a little bit of energy, here they come, just to drain you, and the cycle repeats. So you need to really, really take care of yourself, really prioritize your health, prioritize your happiness, and don't let anybody think that they can just come back around, especially when you put in so much work to heal and become the best version of yourself, or you're working on becoming the best version of yourself. Just be mindful of the leeches, because you're about to step into a lot of changes, a lot of positive energy. So you have scavenger hunt, number 32. What you thought was hidden is hiding in plain sight. Someone could be 32, or you could be turning 32. Maybe you just turned 32, or you're turning 32 soon. 23 could also be significant, or 5, the number 5, that could be your life path number. So this card talks about hiding in plain sight, new perspectives, considering other options. So if you are stuck with one outcome, you're only seeing one outcome to your situation, that could be detrimental to you. Maybe try looking at your situation from a completely different perspective and allow yourself to consider other options. When you're in a scavenger hunt, you only have so much time to find the items. So if you're looking for eggs, or you're looking for one specific egg, once the time runs out, you'll only end up with one egg in your basket. You don't want to pass up all the other eggs looking for one specific egg, because that's the golden egg, or that's the best egg, or that's the only egg you want. You can at least collect the eggs along the way whilst you're on your journey looking for that one specific egg. so that at least you can walk away from the situation with multiple options instead of nothing. So there's more to your situation. There's more that's out there for you. You just have to take other ideas, other perspectives into consideration, especially if you find yourself dealing with the same situations over and over and over again. Maybe this is something that's been happening for the past 2 to 5 years. The same thing, the same problems, the same issues. So maybe it's time to take a step back and look at it from somebody else's perspective. Take somebody else's word into consideration. You don't have to solely make your decision based off of a completely different entity, but you can at least listen and hear them out, because they may have something very important to say to you that can really benefit you in the long run. So yeah, that's your reading part 1. If it resonates, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my community tab. And until then, I'll talk to you soon. So you have the 2 of Wands, the Devil, and the 5 of Wands. You may want to remove yourself from a situation because it's always drama or it's always something. I was hearing, why is everyone always trying to go up against you? And I was also hearing that somebody is very, very nosy. Or you have a lot of nosy people in your family or a lot of nosy people around you. It seems like whatever your environment is, it's very toxic and it's hard to get through to the people. It's hard to explain things. It's hard to make any type of changes. These are people that are stuck in their ways. So the only way you'll see change is if you remove yourself. Now, you could be waiting on someone, or somebody's waiting on you. You could be waiting to get approved for something, or you're waiting to hear back from somebody. But I feel like you want out. You want to get out of a certain environment. You want to get away from the drama, the conflict. I also feel like there's somebody looking to you for advice. Somebody wants to know, how are you strong enough to remove yourself, or how are you strong enough to have hope, or how are you strong enough to believe that things can get better for you. You have the 4 of Swords, the Death, and the Queen of Cups. So like I said, this could be you or somebody else, but somebody's been very patient here, waiting to get a response, waiting for something to change. It feels like you put the energy out there, or you put the efforts out there. Now you're just waiting to hear whatever the answer is going to be. But you're determined to release this toxic energy or all of these problems, these issues. I feel like you're choosing to love people from afar. And this could be everyone. You could just be like tired of dealing with something in general. So you could have applied for a new job or multiple jobs. You could have applied for multiple apartments or multiple homes. Like you could be planning on moving out of the country, but it seems like you're trying to release. Like it's about that time to start making changes in your life. Major life-altering changes. Because whatever this is, it's still an issue. Like it's been an issue, nothing has changed. Some of you may have come back home to visit your family and friends, and you notice that they haven't changed. They're still doing the same thing, still in the same place. But it's something about this environment that is discouraging you. It's causing you to feel like you're not yourself. But this feels like somebody who's done talking. You're tired of talking. You're tired of trying to explain to people about how you feel and how something is affecting you when they're not reciprocating, or they're not like taking your feelings into consideration. It also feels like once you remove yourself, or once you start to like pack up and go, all of a sudden everybody wants you to stay, or they want you to like stick around. But this is mainly like misery loves company. It's not necessarily the care for you or the care for your feelings. It's more so just stay here so we can just all be miserable together. And I feel like you're already aware of this. That's why you're very adamant on removing yourself. There's somebody here who wants to know. You have a 7 of Wands and a Judgment. There's somebody here who wants to know, are you down? Like, are you down to fight? Are you down to stand up for yourself? Are you really down to do this? Because it's time, or it's getting close to that time. I feel like this is the time that you're going to remember the most. These couple of months, or these last couple of months of the year, you're going to remember these months the most, because it's going to play a major part in how your life is about to alter? Are you ready to call judgment on your situation, on the people around you? Are you ready? It feels like you have your spirit team behind you. You may not have too many friends or too many people that have your back, but you have your ancestors, you have your spirit guides behind you, if you believe in that. But this is like greater than you. This is higher than your physical form. But the question is, are you down? And we have the Strength and the Emperor. You are experiencing spiritual warfare. I feel like all the hard work and growth and changes that you've been making throughout your life has prepared you for this moment. So once again, are you down? I feel like you have nothing to worry about. You have the Emperor here and the Judgment. There's a strong presence around you. This could be a father figure, or this could just be a masculine energy. Somebody here is protecting you, so you don't have to worry about going through something alone. You just need to be brave. You need to be confident. You need to believe in yourself. Don't back down, or don't, stray away from the battle. And this could be as simple as you going through with your plans. So if you plan on moving, then get yourself prepared to move. If you plan on leaving your job, then get yourself prepared to leave that job. Don't second guess yourself, or don't let anybody convince you to back out of it, because ultimately you're going to regret not listening to yourself. 8 of Wands, 4 of Wands, Queen of Swords. Yeah, this is coming in very quickly. This change is happening a lot quicker than you expect. I feel like also this battle is a lot quicker than you expect. But all that calls is for you to be honest, not only with yourself, but the people around you. Be honest. Don't sugarcoat anything. Don't try to make yourself out to be innocent. Just be honest, be clear, be correct. That's the only way you'll be able to get through this. There's no other way around it. I feel like you'll also be surprised with how many people will start to come around and support you. There's a lot of people who can relate to your situation, so you're not alone. And the Page of Cups is here. Think about who you were when you were a child, the person that you were, the mindset you had, the perspective you had on the world. That is the energy you need to tap back into. You need to get back to your roots. Some of you, everything that you have experienced has kind of taken you off your path, or you've been experiencing a lot of distractions. But it's time for you to regroup and look around and reevaluate your surroundings. And I feel like as soon as you do that, you're going to notice a lot of changes happen very quickly. You're going to be able to see through a lot of people. So you're not going to waste your time trying to explain something to people, or trying to get toxic people to understand that they need to be healthier. They need to focus on healing themselves. They need to face their shadow side. You're not going to waste your time trying to explain to people who don't want to be helped. You're going to focus on the ones who want to be helped. And if the toxic and the low vibration, if they want to listen and take those words into consideration, then they will. But you're not going to waste your time trying to invest in people who clearly don't want any type of changes. So right now you need to focus on making sure that you're good, and making sure that the people around you have the best intentions. And if they don't, you need to call judgment on that situation and remove yourself, because it affects you more than anybody else. So the card you have is Hummingbird, number 19. The winds beneath your wings are shifting, and if you don't pay attention, you may lose flight. So this card talks about swiftness, being able to adapt, and pivoting. So it talks about how quickly your situation is evolving, and if you're not keeping up with what's happening around you, it's going to cause you to feel overwhelmed. Like I said before, you're wanting to remove yourself from a situation because it's clearly very toxic. Or if you have returned to something, you have noticed that things have not changed. So you're trying to patiently wait for a new opportunity or a better place to reside, and that needs to be your main focus, rather than trying to convince the people that have gotten used to their environment, or they are immune to their toxic environment. Rather than trying to convince them to change that, focus on what's in front of you, what you need to take care of within yourself. So just make sure that you don't lose sight of what you need and what you want out of life because of the people around you. They are immune to this environment. You want better for yourself. You want more for yourself. So that needs to be the direction that you are headed in. Simply believe in yourself and have the confidence to move forward. You have everything it takes to get it done. Just make sure you get it done. So that's your reading, pile 2. If it resonates, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can check out my community tab. And until then, I'll talk to you soon. So you have the 2 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Swords. Somebody here really wants to build something for themselves, create some type of stability, but they're not sure if this is something that is in the stars for them, or if they're cursed. Somebody feels cursed. This energy feels very doubtful. Somebody who doesn't really believe in themselves, or doesn't really believe that they deserve more out of life. I feel like the more this person thinks, the worse their situation becomes, because they're simply not taking action. So it's not about what you don't deserve, it's about what you're not willing to change about your situation, what you're not willing to do. You getting up and making those changes happen will put you in a 10 of Pentacles position. But if you constantly sit and ponder or bask in this 8 of Swords, then there's not going to be any changes. Nothing's going to come out of your situation. Something could have also fallen apart for whoever this is. Maybe this person started something and it failed, so now they feel like it's going to fail again, but you have to keep trying. That's a part of life. You got to get back up. This could also be someone who doesn't have the support that they need around them, and they could also have somebody around them who is enabling them to just stay in this stagnant energy. It feels like there's no motivation here, there's no hope, there's no drive. But even with all of this somber energy, you still have the 10 of Pentacles. There's still hope. You still believe in yourself. You still have an idea of what you want, so it's still obtainable. So you have the 3 of Pentacles, the Temperance, and the King of Pentacles. Wow. Whoever this person is doesn't realize how successful they will be if they focus on their goals, if they just focus on getting up every day and committing to something. This is someone who doesn't realize how creative they are, how much of an asset they are to the world, not just their environment, not just their family and friends, but literally the world. This could be someone who wants to be a humanitarian, or they are. They're very into the environment and taking care of the world, taking care of the planet. I feel like this is someone who needs to understand that a small seed can grow into a gigantic tree. A small seed can grow into fruits and vegetables that can provide, that can help aid people who are starving, people who are in need. I feel like this is someone who needs to understand how the smallest atom can create to something so massive. But their creativity here is like no other. You go from the 3 of Pentacles to the King. You are envisioning the 10 of Pentacles, but you receive the King. You receive more than enough by simply being your authentic self. And there's so many other people that are just like you with this 2 of Swords that can relate to you, that can understand you. I feel like for this pile, all it takes is that one step towards whatever your goal is, and you'll be surprised how much you gain from that. You take your first step, you already get to the 3 of Pentacles. You take your next step, you get to the 10. You take your next step, you get to the King. So you have the balance here, you have the ethic, the work ethic, but you're just not investing in it. You have the idea, you just have to bring it to life. Every idea takes one step. It doesn't have to be a major step. It can be one step at a time, one step every day. You're getting closer and closer to your goals. It's better than doing nothing. It's better than simply dreaming and wishing and hoping. You'll see changes happening around you, and that will motivate you to keep going. You have to start. You have to take that first step. Wow, you have the Queen and King of Cups. This pile holds a lot of creativity, a lot of value, a lot of significance. This is something that is natural for you. You have that ability, that creativity, that love and vision for something that a lot of people don't have. A lot of people work to obtain it. A lot of people pay to obtain this type of natural creativity. Like, you are art. The simplicity of you is art. Wow. You have the World and the High Priestess. I feel like the only unfortunate thing about this pile is there's not many people telling you how significant you are, how valuable you are. And I feel like it stems from people feeling as though you already know this. You already know you're very talented. You already know you're creative. You already know this about yourself. So they feel like you don't need to hear it, but I will tell you that this is genuinely who you are. 10 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, the Temperance, the World, the High Priestess, the King and Queen of Cups. That's a lot of energy, and we barely have any cards out. I feel like you'll be very surprised once you simply take that first step. You'll be shocked to see how many people support you, to see how many people value your work, your arts, your creativity, your efforts. Something that is easy for you to do is extremely difficult for the next. You can roll out of bed and do effortlessly, will take the next person years to master. I feel like you just need that support. And even though you may not have it around you, you just have to take those steps to putting something out there, believing in yourself. Even if it's just for a day, for a week, for a month, you will see significant changes. This is like you being able to obtain your goal a lot quicker than most people. It takes them years and years and years. It's only going to take you a couple of months, probably less than that. You hold something very special. It's very rare, the type of mindset you have, the type of perspective you have. You have the Three of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the Page of Swords. You may even have people try to copy you. That's how creative you are. That's how new you are. That's how unique you are. You may find yourself not being able to work with groups of people because you're meant to work by yourself. You're meant to be the person in charge, the person that's calling the shots. That's why it's difficult for you to find people to actually connect with on that level, because they can't. It's not to say that you're better than anyone, but they can't keep up with you. Your mind is too fast. Your ideas are too quick. It's effortless. So you simply creating and having fun, putting something out there. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the best of the best. Simply being yourself is what will bring that attention. And that attention is what will bring the growth. The growth will bring the stability. And next thing you know, you're at the 10 of Pentacles. And you're satisfied at the 10 of Pentacles, but then you get the 3 of Pentacles. Then you get the King of Pentacles. You have all of this growth happening around you so quickly. So there's more than enough that's waiting for you. But you have to be the one to take that initiative to obtain it. Yeah, 4 of Wands. The 4th of July could be significant. But when you find yourself feeling that spark of inspiration, that spark of energy, do it. And you'll be very surprised, like I said before, how quickly something changes for you. That first step is always difficult, but it will become a routine because of how fun and exciting it is, how new it feels. But if you don't do it, then you won't see this change. If you've been doing the same thing over and over again, being in the 2 of Swords, being in the 8 of Swords energy, then what do you expect to change? You already know what's going to happen when you stay in that energy. Nothing. You're going to constantly think about wanting something, dreaming of something, hoping for something, and nothing happens. So try something different. Go towards it. Take that step. Take a second step. Take a third step. And watch how everything unfolds. It'll unfold naturally because you're doing what you're called to do. And that's simply follow your heart. Follow your dreams. But if you don't do it, then who will? You have Cloud scrying. Be still, for it's in the act of patience that guidance is met with clarity. So this card talks about guidance and patiently seeking answers. So you have been manifesting something, you have been hoping and wishing for something to happen. It will happen. This card talks about whatever you have been manifesting, whatever you've been wanting is going to come into fruition. But you need to follow where you're being guided to go. So if you wake up tomorrow and you are energized and you want to get started on something, do it. That's what you're being called to do. That first step, that second step, that third step is going to lead you to what you want, to where you want to be, which is that 10 of Pentacles. And as long as you continue to follow that and you do what you need to do, that's what's going to bring you closer and closer to your happiness. And the more you are consistent, the more things will become clear. It's cloudy now, but if you keep going, sooner it'll become clear. And you'll realize this is what I'm supposed to be doing the entire time. So if you're waiting for something, if you wanted something to happen, if you're hoping that you get this outcome, if you're hoping that this situation changes, it will. But you have to take that first step. You have to make something change. You have to make that change happen in your life. So that's your reading, Pile 3. If it resonates, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can check out my community tab. And until then, I'll talk to you soon.